Let me tell you about the week I had. So I finished my last video and had already begun leveling the island. I thought, well, this will take a while, but it'll probably just be a few days grind. And immediately I ran into the issue of experience. Trading and stopping by the Blaze Farm was enough to get me by at first. See, I recognized each layer was larger than the last, but I didn't quite appreciate that until suddenly my fully charged Efficiency 5 Unbreaking 3 shovel wasn't getting me through an entire layer. And I had to do like 8 of those. So I finally did what I'd been putting off and created a zombie farm. So now I can mine to my heart's content, and recharging only took 10, maybe 15 minutes. Surely I'd be done by the start of the following week, right? I drafted a message for everyone when I was finished, and I got back to work. Well, while I'd recognized that each layer was larger than the last, I didn't recognize how big that difference was. After an exhausting Monday, I realized that I no longer knew how long the project would take, so I timed it out the next day and... Oh. Well, I did mess around, so maybe if I time the next... Oh. Oh no. I could feel myself becoming more irritable the longer the project went on. I couldn't start building unless the island was cleared. I couldn't start planning unless I knew how much space I had. And I couldn't make a video unless I had something to show for it. So, with some assistance and a few mishaps, I cut off my portal. No distractions, no interactions until I was done. That lasted until the following morning. I did some napkin math and realized the rest of the project was going to be less like 2 days of work and more like 4 or 5. Not possible for me at that point. So I backtracked, I reopened the portal, and I gathered all the diamonds I could to pay anyone who showed up. I put out the call, and by the next morning... Oh? Um... What on earth? I wanted to get my reaction. I wasn't expecting, Okay,
All
remember
this.
when I said you didn't have to do all of it, like, in one go? Like, wait, hold on. Is this the... It's...
Oh no, we took time. We took a break. We spent all of last night building a wither skilly farm, and then today we got a wither, and then we got the 2 beacons.
Okay.
All that over there is from last night. You know, if you had asked for help earlier, Moral, we could have finished this like 2 weeks ago.
Well, I didn't think... It wasn't until I started timing the last 2 sessions that I realized how long it was going to take in total.
We even pulled a few pranks on one another. Like, this has been like a vibe. You like your name on the...
You can't move this. This is part of your base now.
Well, okay, I might not move it, but it will probably be covered by artificial terrain.
No,
I think it needs to be front and center.
Yeah, you have to incorporate it. That is the rule for us helping you.
The rule was I give you diamonds. You have changed the contract.
That was you wanting to throw diamonds at us.
Yes.
It's not throwing diamonds, it's payment for a service. I would like to thank Kerb, Reia, M, JP, sort of, Simey, and not Bane, but he's in the picture. They all helped without taking a single diamond despite the many blocks I offered. I miscalculated, and if they hadn't stepped in, I don't think you'd be getting a video this week. Actually, I still struggle to record because I was exhausted from all the events of the previous week, both in-game and IRL. The outside world looks like Lothric. Oh, and I tried to remove the label they built, but it's like burned into reality or something, so it's just here now. Yep, that is the groundwork finished. So the next step will be dividing this into each of the levels so that I know how much space I have, and I can start planning out what the platforming is going to look like, what secrets I can hide. I already know for the first area over here, the beach, that I want to include like one of those erosion caves, so it's like partially submerged but not all the way. This is going to require a lot of material gathering, and in fact, outside of the outlines, this is not getting done this episode. But there are some other things I need to attend to. As of recording, it's been about a month since the server started, and there's some things to update you on. First of all, we do have more of a nether roof right now. As you saw in the last episode, we punched a bunch of holes in the roof. I just got mine done near my portal, and and have upgraded all my armors and tools. Yeah, Emerald has been working on this, and it's very, I mean, honestly, like, anything with, like, oxidized copper is sort of cheating for me, but... Oh, and Kerb and I made a courthouse. I didn't really do much of the design. I kind of just gave some tips here and there and helped build the thing. Oh, and on the legal side of things, I need to follow up on last week.
I am a detective, as this is a very serious matter. The evidence? 2 signs on the tree. One that says, "This is a tree," the other one that says, "Fiddly dee." Can you really trust someone who manages to stay alive in Minecraft? Can you trust someone as kind and as giving as Emerald?
Just because he has no deaths does not mean he would go out and do such a crazy and bold act.
Emerald, what is your defense?
I don't have any defense because I did it on your stream in front of your streamers, telling them, "Shh, don't tell Kerb." So I have about 50 witnesses or whatever was on your stream at the time who all witnessed me doing said crime. I plead guilty.
Girls, I feel like I must turn this around. My client has been interrogated. His name has been slandered. All for the fact of there was no evidence and you wanted somebody to point the finger out. I am disgusted by this behavior.
Am I to believe that Emerald's admission was not that from being pressured by not having a lawyer present?
Listen, just because the court did not find her a public defender, as is her right, does not make it my fault.
I said you should lawyer up.
I cannot deny that I am all of the things that you said in the beginning of your thing, in your introduction. I am indeed Australian, yes. I am kind and friendly and generous with my things and stuff, yes. But I am also playful and mischievous, and apparently I like to label things.
Well, Emerald, since you have confessed, moral, my eyes are on you. My eyes, ooh, no. My eye is on you. Let me restart that.
Okay.
I'm going to use that one.
The court says cut.
All right, Emerald, your punishment is jail for 2 seconds. You're free to go.
Jailbreak!
Anyway, best lawyer ever. Check this out. Because it's been a month, I think that we could do with a bit of an upgrade at the post office, so I am now putting polls in everyone's mailboxes about what other services we can provide and whether or not we should do personal mailboxes. Because to be honest, it seems like people have really been enjoying just coming to spawn. And also, I swear I had nothing to do with this. Several people independently decided to not trade in diamonds. Like, we do finally have some proper shops. I'm definitely going to be shopping there. That's Frog Lights. But some people just want to, like, give stuff away or, like, order for items. We're slowly figuring out our own system. So there's 3 things I wanted to know when it came to the post office upgrades. 1, do we even need personal boxes? A lot of people have been showing up here. Do they really even want them? 2, if we get those boxes, do they go on the nether roof? Do they go at someone's base? And 3, given that the post office is just where a lot of the items end up and a lot of the exchanges happen, is there anything else that the post office itself can do? Oh, and before I forget, since we have reached a month of the server, I would like to do a tour because, as you can see, there is some spots missing on my map. Definitely not getting that done this episode, but if you want a preview of it, here is a clip of me touring the new apartment that Kerb made for me at her base.
Anyway, here's your apartment. Yours and Reia's are the only 2 that actually have the armor stands in them. But yeah, this is the apartment.
Ooh.
I'm really proud of how it turned out. But yeah.
It's dense, but it's functional. I like it.
Yeah, everyone has a studio.
Oh, okay. I was wondering to see if you wrote anything on the book.
Oh, that would have been fun. I should have. But no, I'm lame. I just put books in. I thought it was fitting that you got the green bird.
Yeah, I also think it's fitting that there's wait. Oh, you got a bamboo mini block? Was that off the guy that was at my base, or is that a different one?
No, it was one that was on my base. Yeah, no, nothing's in these. You guys can put stuff in your apartments. I don't
Who's
care.
the real one?
Definitely this guy over here.
Yeah,
This guy for
probably.
sure. But yes, I put the horse intentionally. I thought it was very fitting.
Dang it, I was looking for a trapdoor. I think it's nice. I do. I like it in here. This
Good, I'm
is
glad.
nicer than my first apartment. I can bring my actual pets here. They might be safer.
I mean, I do have pillagers outside. That's how my first bird died.
Well, I mean, at my base, they're likely to be buried.
I mean, I keep my horse. What?
What do you want? Anything?
By the way, this is the soup bowl head. I made
What?
a head to look like
Oh.
a bowl of soup, and then I killed myself so I could get the head. So that's one of my deaths out of my 290 deaths.
Wait, when'd you hit 290? Are these? Is this like a cat?
A
cat thing?
condo,
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gonna get a cat in here. We just haven't put one in yet. So far, your sink is the only one that's clogged, apparently.
No, it's actually I leave it full of water in case I need to practice.
So this is for Bean and Moose. I
Okay.
don't have their armor stands yet, so their heads are just floating on the wall.
Also, real quick, from the point where I'm standing up to the
Yes?
window, $3,000 in New York.
Guys,
Is
should we
that,
put stuff
is that a
in?
drawer?
It is.
I like that.
Thanks. And then I forgot to put books in this bookshelf, so I'll have to do that at another date. And then the one that's over here is for Fox. You and him are the only two with side windows. So this is the creepy basement, the creepy laundry room. So yeah, this is the creepy laundry room, and they open and close like regular washers do. If you need soap, you can press the button that's right over here. Or you could drink the water, that's cool too.
My stomach hurts.
By the way, so this stick that's on top, that armor
What?
stand, this is my base. There's not much to it. And then Bean helped me with my sugarcane farm, but that's about it.
I'd prefer to do this with something like red concrete, but I don't feel like making that. And what I have in abundance right now is jungle wood. I've replaced some of the stone that we uncovered with grass so that I can get a clearer line here. We're basically going to start at one end of the beach, go all the way to the other. Let's say here-ish. And this is just going to give us a consistent outline to work within when it comes to designing this space. Might need to clean up the line work later. All right, yeah, like I said, the line work probably needs cleaned up, particularly around the edge there, but this sort of gives an outline of what I'm thinking. So, this is going to be the starter area. This is where I would like to introduce most of the mechanics that will be showing up most consistently. Not that there won't be new mechanics introduced, just that the basics are going to be here. As for what those are, I still haven't fully decided. I know platforming will be a heavy element, as well as definitely some combat. I do have access to infinite zombies, and if they spawn accordingly, I can kind of just kit them out with whatever I want, which allows me to scale the difficulty really well. With this set aside, I'm thinking, all right, this is the starter area, but this isn't necessarily where you start, if that makes sense. That, I think I'm going to put over here. So where my house is now, that's going to be leveled. And I'm going to make a small starter village. Probably not all at once. I would say one build at a time. But so for example, I'm going to build a pier right here, and I'm going to put the nether portal at the end of it so that, you know, you enter into the starter village, and then you can kit up, you know, learn who the NPCs are, and then move on to this area. And that's going to be a lot less terraining and more actual builds. It's not going to be unlike the small towns I built previously, you know, where it's just, I try to make them full of characters. I'm also not sure how I'm going to express the characters. I would like for there to be actual, like, moving NPCs, but, like, it's Minecraft. There's some limitations there. Even with armor stands. Well, I'm going to get to work gathering a ridiculous amount of sand, red sand, sandstone, etc. to start building this. And I might have to do this in sections just because it is so large, but I mean, yeah. Compared to the whole island, it's not that much, especially because I think the outer edges are going to be mostly flat, unlike the rest of this. Also got a spawn proof before I start covering everything in terrain, and start preparing for my next episode. So, like, subscribe, all that stuff.